Lecture 51. Have you ever considered the ebb and flow of life and death as cosmic currents, driven by the unseen forces of our universe? It's a fascinating concept to ponder, the idea that life, death, and all the happenings in between are but particles flowing in the cosmic river of existence. No person has ever been destroyed by gravity. Instead, we're constantly influenced by new streams of photons, the basic units of light and all other forms of electromagnetic radiation. These streams displace outdated forms of life, instigating cycles of birth and death. It's a ceaseless process, one that shapes the human condition, spurring wars and calendar peaks in mortality. Consider the sun, our primary source of light and life. Solar flows alter our weather patterns, triggering a multitude of incidents and unusual natural phenomena. These flows are more than just cosmic weather changes, they also synchronize our consciousness and desires, reducing body pressure and the limitations of our perception. This decrease in pressure could be seen as a borderline state between life and death, where humans fall under the influence of these flows. These streams of photons bear a specific force, and the outcomes of their activity are predictable. This predictability is why visions often come to fruition. Thus, everything around us, this vast expanse of space we inhabit, consists of particles, and any process can be seen as their flow. Let's delve deeper into this concept. Picture the moments before death, where the particles of consciousness join the watery and airy flow of the cosmos. It feels like being swept up in a mighty river or caught in a whirlwind. When we isolate the bodies of the deceased from their environment, place foreign objects on their graves, or store them in the cold confines of a morgue, we inadvertently hold their consciousness in place. This retention allows us to feel connections with the departed until wind and lightning strikes trigger the cycles of life and death. Our connection with loved ones is rooted at the core of our consciousness. By shifting our attention to the particle level, we gain insight into their future. We can forecast when and how they'll be reborn and who else might be swept away by the cosmic flow. We may not perceive the intermediate stages, but we can foresee the necessary events. Foretelling a birth is akin to being caught in a potent gust of wind and having a rough idea of where you'll land. Predicting death is even more straightforward. You can gauge the wind's strength, its direction, and who it might sweep away. In the grand scheme of things, these flows become logical and expected when there is interconnectedness. If visions involve cues, silhouettes, rising and going somewhere, it signifies a related, local cycle of life and death. The wind that carries everyone away is the embodiment of a global cycle.